bit of plants from the pond, marshy area, act as mulch and hold in moisture. Give it a drink, Rudy. Oh, that water's starting to smell funky. They're sitting. I want to drink that, Rudy. And then you got one tree planted. And 100 more to go.
What I'm doing is zigzagging trees along my trail, the main trail, and then it cuts off to go to one of my 6x6 tree stands. So I'm screening it with hinge cutting and these Norway pines, Norway spruce, right? Norway spruce. And then once I get those done all along that trail, then I'm going to just intersperse them inside of this bedding area, like a thermal barrier, and plant them in groups of 3 or whatever, and then also break sight lines in here and thicken it up. So that's the plan. You can see the hinge cuts are growing. They take off here on the sides, the deer feeding on them too. So that tree, even though it's laying on the ground and
They've already been eating this one.
is still alive, and they are feeding on there, so it's creating woody browse. Those shoots are coming up. So in the summer, we'll come back here and I'll show you how thick this area is now after we're done. And all these little trees I have to come in here and hinge cut still. So that's the plan. You can see all these smaller trees all around here. All of those are all going to get hinge cut. And I think I took out enough mature trees to let in light in the canopy here.
So we cut down trees, and then we come back in and we plant trees.
And then we come back in and plant them. I could probably take out a few more. And once it leaves out, I won't hinge cut until it leaves out. Then I'll know which mature trees I want to take out. Take those out, then start hinge cutting the other ones. Otherwise, the only thing I'll do is, if I hinge cut first and then take out the mature trees, I'll knock down the hinge cuts. I'll break them with the mature tree coming down and smashing them. So.
Alright, little Capone.
Well, we got, how many trees did we plant, honey?
Good 50, I would imagine.
Yeah, we got about 50 trees planted throughout here. Again, zigzagging along this trail, just on the right. And then this trail cuts over to a 6x6 stand way over there. And we zigzagged them along that trail. And then we just interspersed them all over in that bedding area. And then over here in the transition area, I have trees just kind of interspersed throughout all that, all the way to the other food plot. So probably altogether, there was 75 trees, I would say. It took us 2 different times to plant it. We probably planted for the last 3 hours now, and then a couple hours before. And now we have, I would say, another 50 trees to plant. We probably planted about 100.
Because we had, what, 5 bundles?
Rudy's tired.
And we have 2 bundles of pines left, and then we have all those dogwoods to still dig a hole and put in the ground and water.
Yeah, I got 25 dogwoods that we have to plant still, and then another 50 pine trees on the front half of the land. So I want to do a quick little video, a little update on what it looks like now, getting into the middle of spring here on this hinge cut area I did this winter. So here's a tree full bloom. That one's living. A lot of these are. You can see how thick this is now. And that tree had a pretty well 90-degree kind of break in it, and it's still growing. And I've come to notice that I still have had success without that nice radius is what you're looking for, that nice curve. But even with a tighter curve, or one that is almost like a 90, you'll still get growth. Now, I don't know how long that one's going to live, but I have a few that have lived for 3 years. So, pretty decent. Now, this tree right here is a large tree. I didn't think this one had a chance to live, but that's the limbs coming off of it. That's growing. So we'll hop in this tree stand over here and see what it looks like from there. So now from in the tree stand, here's my apple food plot. A lot of these hinge cut trees are still alive. And then you can see my other food plot. So I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to place a stand. Probably hunt out of this one a little bit, kind of see how the deer are going to utilize it, and go from there. But I would love to put a box blind in this area. And I planted a bunch of pine trees throughout here, probably I'd say 15 or so. And they get thicker as they get to this food plot over there. I have a bunch scattered throughout there, so that'll be a wall. There'll be this nice little opening here, and I'd like to get a bow shot. I'd like to put a mock scrape in there. Hopefully they hang out before they go in the food plot. But it definitely thickened up these woods. You can't see. You were able to see from one trail all the way into the other food plot before, and that's no good for deer. You gotta have it thicker than that. If you want a chance at mature bucks, you gotta have thick woods. You don't want open woods where you can see 200 yards. That's not ideal. So this should work. Now I just gotta fine tune it this summer. Come in here and clear a nice trail. And by fall, hopefully there'll be a deer trail on it.